Hello, everyone. This is Eric Bryant, and I am the National Professionals Membership Chairperson for the National Society of Black Engineers, and recording a few videos to cover the reporting structure for the Chapter Health Initiative for Professionals program. And in this specific video, I'm going to cover two new reports that are part of the reporting structure. These are supplemental reports to allow us to gain more information that is specifically structured towards things that we know chapters are doing, and we want to be able to collect that information. They're under the routine and supplemental reporting section of the streamlined reporting structure. And you can find this information on the CHIP webpage. In a prior video that I recorded, I shared the instructions for how to actually navigate to this page. And so I would direct you to that video to get the instructions for how to get to this page that you see here on the screen. The two reports that I'm referring to are the Professional Chapter Scholarship Record and the Chapter Media Recognition Report. And these are two new reports that we're asking chapters to do as they need to. As it relates to scholarships, I would assume that if chapters are actually awarding scholarships once a year, they would only need to submit this report once every year once they've actually awarded scholarships. If a chapter is awarding scholarships more frequently than that, they can submit the record more frequently. Likewise, with the Chapter Media Recognition Report, it is something you submit as the chapter receives recognition by local or national media. And so that's for us to gain awareness of what kind of impact your chapter's programming is having and what recognition you're actually getting. And that gives us an indication of what good your chapter is doing in the local community. So let's go actually through those reports. We'll start with the Chapter Scholarship Record. And this particular form looks just like the others at the beginning. We ask you to submit your email address, your name, your member ID, and your region. And that allows us to get to the chapter name and position. After entering those pieces of information, you'll see here the first page of the scholarship award information. A few questions here about the nature of the awards that you submitted. We ask you to enter the number of scholarships you awarded to high school students, graduating high school students, and the amount total that you've awarded. So if you gave away $4,000 or $5,000 scholarships, the first answer would be 4, and the second one would be $20,000. And then we ask you to list the names of the high school students who received awards. And then we ask those same questions towards college students. So say we gave away a scholarship in the amount of $7,500 to a college student. And we ask for the name of that person. So this is our attempt to get a record of what scholarship awards the chapters are actually awarding. And that's what this section of the report asks for. The next section that will be requested has to do with whether the chapter actually had some kind of recognition event for the scholarship awardees. So if the chapter held a gala, a brunch, a banquet, or some other event where the scholarships were awarded or a celebration of the scholarships being awarded, we ask if the chapter does that. If the chapter didn't have an event like that, you would click no and then next, and it takes you to a splash page that says you're ready to submit. Go ahead and submit, you're done. If your chapter did have such an event, they ask you to click next after you select yes, and it takes you to another section that asks you the details of your scholarship event. And so that's the month and day. Let's say our event was May 17th. We ask about funds raised for the event. In our case, let's say we raised $40,000 to be able to give away 27,000 in scholarships approximately. You would also share any approximate value of in-kind donations. So let's say that we had someone donate agree to do the catering for the event, as well as they had a space to actually hold the activity that they essentially donated to the chapter. And we estimated the value of that to be, $2,000. You enter that there. And then any expenditures that you had to put on to have the event, so decorations, if you hired a DJ or a band or anything else that you have to spend money on to actually execute the event, you would enter that information here. And then you would want to record the number of attendees. And then you would also here describe any media coverage of the event. All right, after you submit that information, it confirms that you're ready to submit that. Hit submit, we have that record for your chapter. Really straightforward, really simple. Again, this is our intent. Our intent here is to get a record of the scholarships that are being provided by chapters so that we have an assessment of how much our chapters are giving away in scholarship money, how many people are being impacted by those scholarship awards, and to what degree. Again, so we have a broader sense of what our chapters are doing in this space. And we know that our chapters are doing a lot in this space. I want to show you the other new report, which is the Chapter Media Recognition Report. It begins like all the other CHIP forms. With email address, name, member ID, and again, member ID can be found in your NSBE Connect profile and region. Region allows you to get to your chapter, and you would list your position in the chapter. And this media report form is fairly straightforward. It asks you to give a date, as well as the title of the media coverage, the type of media that provided the coverage. You will briefly describe that coverage here. If it was like in a print media, we'd ask you to scan it to a PDF and attach it here. And then, the relevant questions as it relates to the specific type of media, you would answer the question accordingly, whether there's a URL to access for the specific online media coverage, whether it's a video or a live stream, or if it's like an online web page article, give us the URL for that. Some additional comments about this particular form. We ask that if there's a online video for something that also appear on television, you would submit one report that combines all of those into one report. So that's one piece of media coverage that happened to go in multiple locations. However, if it was in the newspaper and it also was on television, you can submit separate reports, one for the newspaper article and then one for the television coverage. And we want to be able to capture each of those as well. Okay? So that's the new media coverage report. This is our opportunity to get information from you as a chapter on the coverage that you're doing that allows us to see the impact you're actually executing. We encourage you to fill that information out and share it with us so that we can amplify your impact as a chapter. Hopefully you found this information to be helpful. If you did, by all means, drop a like on this video. And please make sure you subscribe to the NSBE Professionals YouTube channel so that you can continue to get additional information on the CHIP programming, as well as other programming that's being performed by the NSBE Professionals. And we hope you enjoyed this. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.